What?
I have a box of unofficial expansions to Cards Against Humanity. This was 100 fifth graders in the mall playing Recorder.
Thank you, fifth graders.
I'm glad it was like a more safe one and not like a crappy one.
Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter.
Carps and Angsty Manatee.
Instead of Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, I bought it years ago.
Is that going to be our new intro?
Maybe.
Because I would absolutely be down with you just reading one of those.
Yeah,
every
I
episode.
thought it would be fun. Like I don't use these really for anything. Like I said, I'm glad I drew like a pretty tame one for that. Cause
Yeah, that's a fun one because it's ridiculous, but it's not like uncomfortable.
Welcome to another episode of Fat Guys React. I am Fish.
I'm Optimal Prime.
And today we're reacting to Season 2, Episode 1, which I think is Episode 14 overall of My Hero Academia.
I love when anime does that.
I forgot the name. Again, that's my like go-to thing is to forget the name. You got it pulled up. What is it?
That's the idea, Ochaco.
That's the idea, Ochaco. We're reacting to that. We just finished Season 1. It's been a little bit.
Last week.
Yeah, last week. But we finished Season 1, and we're ready to move into Season 2. Hey everybody, Editing Fish here. I know we were supposed to watch the OVA, and so some of you will be disappointed by that, and I know I said that we were on top of it and that we would. We still fully plan to, but I am having trouble finding it. And I feel like an idiot because I know it's out there, but I can't find it on Crunchyroll, so I'm not sure where to watch it. So if you guys know in the comments a good place to watch it, let us know. I have some ideas. It's our plan to watch it during our next recording session. We just weren't able to do it. And because of the break in between our recording sessions and our schedule issues, I decided that we should probably just move on and record episode 1. So I apologize. It's completely my fault. Please don't hate me. We will watch it, I promise. And this is one that I'm actually really looking forward to because it's one that I haven't seen. So be sure to shame me in the comments and call me out because I messed up. All right, so now
I haven't seen this show before. So.
I have. So this is obviously not my first time reactions, but it is your first times. And so with that in mind, do you have any predictions on where you think Season 2 could maybe go?
Well, I was super wrong about All Might dying last season, so...
Yeah. It's a fair prediction, though. Let's be completely honest.
I mean, it's just the typical hero story, right? Is that the mentor character dies. It happens in pretty much every main hero's journey story, right?
Yeah.
So I think I still wouldn't be surprised if it happens at some point. But All Might at some point in his life will die.
Well, then he won't have a life anymore. It'll be after.
That's right.
It'll be at the very end. The very end of his life, he will die.
I'd say that's just about the last thing he's gonna do. Yeah,
probably. Huh? So you're still on Team Kill All Might then?
I'm not on Team Kill All Might. I'm saying that I think it'll happen.
Gotcha.
Not rooting for it to happen.
Sure, you're not.
Or am I?
Whatever. You still hate.
You remember my gamer tag from college?
Yeah, and you still hate his catchphrase.
Okay, yeah, I think it's pretty unexciting, except for when he came in without smiling and said it, and you're just like, oh, dang.
Yeah, like he's here, man.
I am here.
Yeah, get ready.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So Season 2, I tried to last time kind of lead you into some of the possible things that could happen in Season 2 by mentioning some big like shonen tropes or arcs that are in other shows without mentioning them specifically, but bringing up the fact that there are things that happen in other shows. And
I came nowhere close to hitting it.
And you didn't guess the one that I wanted you to guess. So I'm excited to kind of get into it and see the stuff that's going to happen. So,
all right.
And I'm excited for you to see it because there's some really cool stuff in there.
You're going to highlight it when it gets there, right?
When they finally mention what the thing is, I'll point it out. Maybe not right when they mention it. I'm not sure if they like go over everything involved at the beginning. So
is it something we'll see in Season 2?
We will see it in Season 2. Yep, this is season 2 specific.
Cool.
So, all
Do it
right,
to it.
let's get into it. Season 2, episode 1.
Let's go, Ochaco. That's the idea.
The first incident was in Ching City.
Get a nice little
An
recap
extraordinary
here.
child was born who radiated light.
Oh,
The world became a superhuman society.
I didn't realize that the
About
first one was
80%
the
of
baby that
population
radiated
possessing
light.
some was born without
So that-
superpowers.
That image.
It's it's just like a devastated, just dead
But
inside.
he's smiling, but also crying.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. And so, I started to give up on my dream.
I remember that.
Still,
What just happened? Did yours mess up?
Yeah, it paused.
Mine went back to the beginning.
Yeah, mine too. So we're at like 1:30.
still, even though my brain told me I could never be a pro, in my heart I knew all I wanted was to be
Oh,
a hero.
That's one for
And
all,
thanks
right?
to the people who guided me and supported me, I am here now, on my way.
Oh, they're Naruto running at him, so you know it's serious.
My
Yeah.
dream is becoming a reality. And though I've had setbacks,
Boy, I hope he learns to control his powers soon, because him just blowing up his arm every time he wants to throw a punch is getting old.
this is
Yeah,
the
no
story
kidding.
of how I become the world's greatest hero.
I want you to point it out when we get there, because you're like,
Sure. And it's not really that big of a surprise. It's one of those things where, like, I want to talk about it but can't. Just about the possibilities of what's going to happen.
okay.
And maybe the similarities to other shonen.
Greetings.
But
The air is warm here. Feels like summer.
This
is
episode has
around
been
the
just a
corner.
ton of exposition
Hope this letter
recapping
finds you
everything.
well, sir. This semester, I took a position as a teacher at UA High School. I was hoping to find someone worthy of inheriting my power among the elite students at the school. A hero in training with outstanding test scores and a powerful quirk.
Nope.
However, before I ever began my tenure at
I
UA,
chose a loser.
I met a young man. He managed to save the life of a classmate. Into action.
He didn't
taught me
really
something that day.
save the life of
Reminded
the
me of
classmate. It
virtues
was,
I must embody in order
No,
to
but he
fulfill
gave
my
him a
purpose.
second to
A hero.
I
for All Might
guess.
to recover, I think is the idea, right?
Sure. Or to at least decide that he was going to push a little farther.
You can become
Yeah.
a hero. Soon after that, I told this pupil the secret of my quirk and proposed that I transfer it
Who do you think he's saying this
this
to?
ability I have that's been passed on from person to person.
Is this exposition to us?
The crystal
No, I thought it was a letter that
Okay,
he was writing
good.
to
I
somebody.
didn't want to, like, just say that.
good of those in
Yeah.
need.
Do you have any...
I think I would assume it's the one person that he knows,
Training him for the trials
because he
he
said
would
there's like
overcome in order
3
to
people that
succeed in
know:
hero
the
course.
headmaster, the nurse, and then
Even though he
my
sometimes
best
struggled
friend or
with his
something like
newfound
that.
abilities,
I remember
never
the
stopped
verbiage he
fighting.
used.
He gave 100.
Boy, it's really recapping the heck out of episode
Yeah,
season
no
1,
kidding.
huh?
He has shown me time and again that he
We're
has
6
the
minutes in.
potential
We've
to
got no
be
new
a hero.
content.
I'm still quite new to the role of instructor.
There was...
The
Okay.
day may come when I must trouble you.
I'm wondering if it's the guy or the person who gave him the
I'll
quirk.
be counting on your wisdom.
I think
and
would be
patience
interesting.
when the time comes.
But
Until
Well, did
then,
you see
please
that
take care of
they said he
yourself
called him...
as the seasons begin to
Or he
change.
called them my old
I'll
teacher?
continue to keep you updated
Yeah.
about what's happening.
So, Toshinori has found a worthy successor.
Gran Torino, huh?
Yeah.
Is it played by
It's Clint Eastwood, yeah.
Clint Eastwood? Yeah.
Our investigators found
Get off my lawn.
they're trying to learn everything.
That
they
took me a
can
long
I knew where
time.
you were
about
going.
League of Villains.
I didn't know if I was gonna come
Made
up with
some
Clint
progress,
Eastwood.
but
which
we
is
can't
wild.
find anything on the Shigaraki so far. We've searched our records for men in their 20s or 30s who are registered as having some sort of disintegration quirk, but so far we've come up empty. Same for the warp gate.
Disintegration quirk is
So they're
hardcore.
not citizens or they're using aliens.
I still don't get the hands, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Is something on your mind, All Might?
The attack on the USJ was too bold. No sane adult would ever attempt it. But he never said a word about his own powers. When things didn't go his way, he was visibly upset.
Strategically, it was foolish to reveal his quirks up front instead of keeping them a secret.
A little bit.
Shigaraki made wild, immature claims, but did so with a completely straight face. And he talked about Nomu like he was some kind of a pet.
Like, it
It
seemed
like
like
you'd
a
never
science
been told
experiment.
no before, like you thought things would go his way no matter what.
Yeah, it did.
Is the personality of a spoiled little brat.
It's possible he never got the quirk counseling students receive in elementary school.
It's an interesting little world-building bit about having quirk counseling in elementary school.
Yeah, I was just thinking
to
that.
follow his crazy plan. They viewed him as a real leader.
It makes sense. You have all these kids with like these wild powers.
Yeah, they gotta have a Professor X, so to speak.
Something.
Guess that makes sense. There are plenty of people out there looking for a cause to get behind.
How many?
So what can we do to stop them?
How many kids do you think they come up with these wildly powerful quirks, and like they're interviewed by like a psychologist or whatever, and the psychologist is like, yeah, no, and so they just throw them in jail.
A man-child, huh?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right to jail, right away.
In some ways, he shares.
You almost-
common
And those
with
are the
our
villains.
students. They both have
Maybe.
so much potential. And like our students, I
I don't know,
suppose
it does
it's
seem like
possible
something like that
someone
would
is guiding
probably
him,
happen.
trying to nurture his
It would
malice
have
within
to, I
him.
would imagine.
I think they wanted us to have a little break.
So does she still not know that he has a quirk?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he said multiple times he hadn't told his mom about All Might giving him the quirk, so I think...
Was it,
It
I
kind of
thought she
has
made a
to.
comment in the last time she was in the
I'm still so
episode
far away from becoming a real hero.
about her being proud of him for making it even without a quirk. I could be wrong, but
think that happened.
like when she was giving him the suit.
Yeah.
We never would have. I have to make All Might's power my own. I have to embody One for All and master every aspect of it until it's second nature for me. There isn't much time left. I'll make him proud.
Did you watch the news last night?
Yeah.
It was so cool that we got a few seconds of screen time. Though I bet nobody noticed me hanging out in the background.
Probably not. It is difficult to stand out when you're just gloves. Who knows what would have happened to us if the teachers hadn't shown up?
Why'd you say that? I'm gonna pee myself just thinking about it!
Oh, shut up! Everyone stop talking and take your seats!
We're all sitting. Yeah, you're the only one standing.
Dang it!
Don't sweat it. Hey, Sue. Stop.
Oh, what the?
What are you doing here?
Whoa, what a pro! Mr. Aizawa, I'm glad you're okay!
You call that okay?
My well-being is irrelevant. What's more important is that your fight isn't over yet.
Not more bad guys!
The UA Sports Festival is about to start.
Yes!
Is that what we were looking at?
Why would you
In the theme song?
Yep.
Like the Chunin exams?
Yeah, kinda.
Cool. That's such a cool concept.
I know.
love the Chunin
Okay,
exams.
that's what I was trying to get you to, is like a sort of tuning exam.
Is that common? Is that a common in shonen things?
Part of it is.
I mean,
and
I
that
guess
would be,
DBZ or DB Super has the Tournament of Power.
yeah. I'm thinking like
Apparently, the administration thinks this is
that
a good
they
way
might
to
mention it.
show
Let-
that the
I'll get
threat
to
has
it.
been handled and our school is safer than ever. UA.
Oh, it's in Jujutsu Kaisen too, right?
Because of a few villains.
Yeah,
So
kinda.
it's like school versus school.
It's just the sports festival.
Huh? Mineta, don't
It's
you know how
like
important
the
this competition is?
friendly
Of course I do.
competition,
I
like
just don't want to get
Yeah.
murdered.
Our sports festival is one of the most watched events in the entire world. In the past, everyone obsessed over the
Good way to
Olympic
showcase
Games, but then
abilities and
quirks
powers
started
without
appearing.
making heroes
Now
just
the
fight each
Olympics
other.
have been drastically
true.
reduced
For
in
no
terms
reason.
of scale and viewership. For anyone who cares about competition, there's only one tournament that matters: the UA Sports Festival.
which is weird to me, world building wise. But we'll talk about that.
This is where you get scouted.
Right. After graduating, a lot of people join pro agencies as a sidekick.
Yeah, but that's as far as some people go. They miss their chance to go indie and stay eternal sidekicks. Actually, that's probably where you're headed. You're kinda dumb.
It's true that joining a famous hero agency can garner you greater experience and popularity. It matters.
The fire dude
If you
is
want
cool
to go
looking.
pro one day, this event could open the path.
That's Endeavor.
One chance a year, 3 chances in a lifetime. No aspiring hero can afford to miss this festival. Class is dismissed.
It was just a 5-minute class today, huh?
We're doing a sports festival. Goodbye, everyone.
Sure. But I'm pumped for these games!
Oh man, Ojiro, I'm getting kind of nervous about the festival. I have to come up with a way to get noticed.
Sure.
volunteer.
Maybe you should be looking at a shinier costume or something.
So can she not get uninvisible?
I don't think so. I think she's just always invisible.
I stand out even when I'm standing still. Don't you agree?
You're so lucky, Shoji.
Deku! Ida! Let's do our best in the sports festival.
Uraraka, what happened to your face?
Seriously, what's up? You're normally like the most laid-back girl ever. Everyone, I'm gonna do my best! Yeah! I said I'm gonna do my best!
Got it. You okay? You kind of look like you're losing it.
Now that I think about it, there's something I've been meaning to ask her.
I'm gonna do my best!
Hey, Uraraka,
What's up?
what made you want to be a pro hero? For the money? You want to be a hero so you can get rich?
If we're cutting to the chase, then yeah. I'm sorry if it sounds greedy. You two have such admirable motivations. I hope you don't think less of me now.
I mean,
Not
that's.
at all. Your goal
I know
is to
guys
support
like
your
that.
well-being, which is a perfectly admirable
Right?
ambition to have.
Not who have superpowers and want to be heroes for money, but sometimes it's just about, the
See,
dollars.
My family owns a construction company, but we haven't gotten any work lately, so we're flat broke. Anyway,
Oh,
this
okay.
isn't really something I usually
Yeah,
do
like
unless
it's
you
not.
do it.
It's still pretty honorable.
Yeah, it's not her just being like, I want all the money.
Cork to bring costs down a lot.
And they
Which
can
is,
sell their
I
heavy
still
lifting
think, a
equipment
reasonable response.
and load everything.
I know, right? I've been
Yeah,
doing
no,
that since I was a
for
kid.
sure. There's got to be people that are like, yeah, I want to make money,
You want
live
to
comfortably.
work for us?
I'll help you and Mommy out any way that I can.
But as your dad, I'd be even happier if you achieved your own dream. That's the way to make us happy.
Faceless
And
parents,
if
they
you do
must
make
die.
money, you can take us to Hawaii or something.
Super.
Oh, she's super. Yeah.
I'm gonna become a pro. I'll sign with a good agency and make plenty of money. Then I'll be able to let my parents have an easy life.
That's beautiful! So noble! Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
She's not here because of some hero fantasy. She's more grounded than any of us.
Young Midoriya is here!
Whoa, All Might, what
Oh,
are
that's
you
funny.
doing here?
Lunch! You want to eat with me?
That's adorable!
What do you say?
Sure thing.
I like that he flipped his
Is
catchphrase.
something wrong?
Yeah, make it about somebody else.
Yeah.
Specifically, his
I
successor.
wonder what he wanted from
Yeah.
Deku.
It's like he wants to
I heard
highlight that
when
even
All Might
more.
was attacked by villains during the U.S. jail
Oh,
incident.
okay.
Midoriya tried to stop them himself.
The guy in the background
That's
looks
what it's
interesting.
about.
Oh yeah!
The guy to the
Also,
left of
remember
Vita.
what else we said on the bus?
That power of
So what's his
yours, isn't it a
superpower?
lot like All Might's?
Something
Their
cool,
quirks are
hopefully.
So similar to each other, it's possible
He deserves
that All
it.
Might's taken a liking to him. How lucky!
All Might and Izuku Midoriya, huh?
Only 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's about how long I can use my power now. I brought you here to talk about the festival. The problem is you still can't fully control One for All yet.
Wait, I did once. When I landed a smash on that brain villain, there was no backlash at all.
Oh, that's right, you did mention that.
We were facing real villains and I didn't have much time to think. But maybe that's part of it since I knew this wasn't just more training.
But also, Nomu got in the way.
It's called Black Hole.
I don't know why he's
You
not
can
like.
use it to suck up anything and turn it into dust.
Like maybe we're making a bigger deal about that than it actually is, but it seems like that's.
It seems more like it was canceling out his power,
it-
right?
Yeah. Like it absorbed
Use my
it.
power against a person.
Right.
I don't have much time left as the world's symbol of peace. And some villains out there are starting to notice that. Someone has to step up and keep the people safe. I gave you my power for one reason, because you will be the hero who takes my place.
I want to be the greatest hero in the world.
This sports festival, the entire country will be watching very closely. I want you to think of this sports festival as your debut. You are the fledgling symbol of peace. The next All Might, Izuku Midoriya. I want you to introduce yourself to the world and proudly say, I am here.
But then won't it be obvious that he's got his... Right?
What?
Like, won't it be obvious then that he's got his I was gonna say spark, his quirk, if he's like calling himself the symbol of peace, saying the thing, or is he just saying like metaphorically?
I think metaphorically he's saying,
I want you to
show
into
that
my
you're
role.
here. Yeah, show, make an impression.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I've asked this question before, so for any viewers or listeners, I apologize. But All Might had to have been given the power, right? That's the point of All for One, is that it's passed down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did he have a quirk before that?
I don't know the answer to that.
Because he made it sound like it was unusual for him to give it to Midoriya, who didn't have a quirk already.
Yeah, I think I know the answer, but I might be wrong, and I don't really want to Google it. So
Okay.
I'll just leave it. Yeah, no, it definitely is. All right, so what did you think about that? They're doing I mean, nothing really happened. Ochaco is doing it for good reasons. They're having a sports festival.
Yes, there was at least 6 to 7 minutes of recapping season 1.
Yes,
which is okay. It's due. I get that for that sort of, I get why you would need to do that.
Mm-hmm. Especially
it was kind of
having been like a year between seasons.
That's entirely fair. Not a week, right?
Yeah.
Having said that, that was kind of a boring episode. It's okay. It's not like, oh, that was bad. It wasn't a bad episode. It was slow, right? They're setting up what the season's about, which I'm excited about, but I'm ready to move to the next episode.
Yeah. Did you notice the very beginning? I kind of hesitant to go back and do it again, but did you notice the beginning kind of anything like Midoriya was fighting people or fighting the people that were
Naruto.
I
didn't know if that was like
is that a dream? Is that
right?
The
I didn't know if that's the future, like that's the end of the season or something.
Okay.
Which seemed, at first I thought it was just All Might fighting because they showed the All for One power up with like all the stars, and then it showed Midoriya, and I was like, wait, what?
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I hope that's not just like a theoretical or like dream sequence. I hope that's a real image because that looked really cool.
Okay.
But I didn't catch more than they were just kind of like vague, ambiguous shapes.
They
with
were
evil
just
eyes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's something I was supposed to pull from.
Yeah,
that.
I might have to go back and look and see if it's related to anything else. But yeah, as far as I know, right now, sitting here at this moment, they were just vague, ambiguous shapes.
The thing that you were talking about in the theme song wasn't like the Chunin exams plot line, was it?
It was. So it's some fights that are happening. And specifically some ways that people are fighting and stuff like that. So cool. But no, so the thing that I wanted you to get to when I was trying to get you to guess is like not necessarily a tuning exams arc, but like a battle arc, like a friendly match kind of battle anime arc. Like we said,
which does happen a lot.
Yeah, like we said, they do it in Naruto, they do it in Dragon Ball, they do it in Jujutsu Kaisen, they do it in like obviously fighting anime like Baki and Kengan Ashura, because those are like all about tournaments. And
Harry Potter and Percy Jackson are not anime, but I think that's a pretty common thing because they do it in both of those as well. Like I think that's a pretty common thing to do, and especially in like stuff for kids and teens.
Yeah, I mean because
teens.
Sports are big and lots of kids get into sports, and so obviously a high school would have they can't have sports teams necessarily, but they're going to have this big event. Having
said that, watching them play basketball or soccer with superpowers would be pretty cool, or it'd just be like Blue Lock.
Right, it'd just be like a regular sports anime.
Yeah, right, because they pretty much all have superpowers.
Yeah. No, but I really like arcs like this. I think they're a lot of fun because I think characters, you obviously find out more about a lot of different characters. You're given the opportunity to see them fight in different ways that you haven't seen before, and fight different people with different situations and different abilities. You get to see the good guys fight each other a little bit and kind of build on that more. You get to get character moments. I mean, it's just like in Naruto's the easiest thing to compare it to because I've watched that more recently. But like, during the Chunin exams, during the fights, obviously Rock Lee and Gaara's fight's huge. But you've got Neji versus Hinata, and so you get like all of that backstory into their clan and
Right.
why they hate each other. And
Neji versus Naruto, which is huge because Naruto's not supposed to win that fight. Oh, spoilers.
I mean, kind of. That's a weird fight to me. This is like totally off topic. That's a weird fight to me because Naruto the whole time is talking about how you need to fight against destiny and how it's like how he has nothing and he can still win and he can come from behind and win a fight that he's not supposed to. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the whole show is about how Naruto and Sasuke are like the reincarnation of these two people that fight each other.
Great point.
So like, it's a little.
So it is all destiny.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't. Maybe not at that point. It wasn't supposed to be, but it turned into it. That's why. That's why part of
in a vacuum that narrative is cool.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's a great.
Right?
It's a great story point. That's why part of me, even though I like Shippuden a ton, part of me wishes they hadn't ever done that. They're reincarnated. It's the Sons of the Sage or whatever. This
I don't know how much of that you can keep.
No, it's fine. This sports festival. What are you thinking? Are you thinking it's just going to be like fighting against each other? Do you think there's going to be other events? Do you think they're going to like do actual sports in the sports festival?
I mean, the theme song made it look like it was just going to be one-on-one combat.
Mm-hmm.
But like it would be Eraserhead described it as like the Olympics, right?
Kinda, yeah.
So like to me that makes it sound like there are like it's not just a matter of hey, we're gonna one-on-one fight, which is, I mean, I guess the tuning exams were kind of like that too, right? There's the written test, there's the hey, you gotta accomplish this mission.
The Forest of Death.
Yeah. So I'm guessing there will be like some other physical challenges that maybe you're competing against the other team, but it's not like. And to do that, you have to beat the snot out of this guy.
Right.
But
no, I think the way Aizawa Eraserhead kind of said it was that the Olympics used to be popular, and now that everyone has quirks, they're not, and so people tune into the sports festival.
Okay, so it's not actually. He didn't say it was the Olympics.
Yeah.
He was saying that this has replaced the Olympics. Because what's the point?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, never mind then.
Well,
I'll
you could be right. Okay, so one thing I want to say about that, though, moving back into that, is I kind of don't get why the UA Sports Festival specifically, and this is someone as someone who's seen all the show except for the new stuff, and someone in the comments can tell me if I'm like totally wrong here, but it doesn't really make sense to me world building wise that everyone would tune into the UA Sports Festival, and that's like replace the Olympics because it's
for one country, right?
Well, I mean, he said it replaced the Olympics, so I've got to assume it's. Even if it's just for one country, all right? Assume it's just for one country. The fact that everyone tunes in to like these high school students to watch them beat each other up and perhaps do other things is kind of strange to me. Because like I don't still go to high school football games. I know people that do, and that's cool. But like the majority of adults don't still go to high school games if they don't have kids.
That's a big deal in a small town, though. Like, I mean, I can tell you, but I guess it's a small town. That's not a country. But like,
no, and I get that. That's true. I guess.
Come on, you've seen Friday Night Lights.
Oh, I love Friday Night Lights, and I grew up in a smallish town, so like everybody went to those games. But
it was like a big deal on Friday nights.
No, yeah, you're right. I don't like the Olympics. Are like a whole different, like I'm thinking of like the Super Bowl, right? Like the Super Bowl is a different deal, right? There's media for a week on the Super Bowl. Like they just interview the teams and interview the players for a week. They've got all of the other athletes that didn't make it to the Super Bowl walking in these halls doing interviews all week. Like it's huge. Or I guess it's almost it's 1 week of media row, and there's like another week prior to that where they still talk about it because in between the championship games and the Super Bowl is the Pro Bowl. So like there's 2 weeks there that they're just talking about the Super Bowl. And so like if you've got something replacing the Olympics, which is like a multiple week event, it's interesting to me that it's first of all that it's a high school sports competition. Second of all that it's specifically UA, because I get that even though they're the top school, there are still, I don't think this is a spoiler, I'm going to cut it out if it technically is, there are still other hero courses in Japan that produce very strong heroes. So
Well, I was gonna say because UA is like the #1 school in Japan,
right,
and it's not like they're even competing against other schools, right? It's
right.
just
You would think that if it was going to replace the Olympics or something like that, or replace the
they'd
Super
have to
Bowl or
have
whatever,
higher stakes or something.
you would be fighting other schools, and they'd be like, oh, like so and so beat UA last year with the whatever, whoever beat them, and
or do they
now they're
just
going to
do
try
this
and get.
for...
What's that?
I was gonna say, or do they just do this for every school? Like every school's got their own version of this.
I mean,
and
maybe
so, like that's what people are watching. And since UA is the best school in Japan, that's like
maybe
one of the top
I'd
ones.
have to assume that every school has one, or at least all the top schools or whatever. But at the same time, I don't get why Aizawa would go out of his way to say, hey, like our specific one is the one that everyone watches no matter what. It's replaced the Olympics. It's this one. Instead of like competitions like this have replaced the Olympics.
Right.
And maybe and this could just be like the author was writing the the guy was writing the manga and was like, yeah, this will be good, and then later decided, hey, I want these other heroes to come from these other schools that are super
places,
strong. Yeah. Like that could definitely be a thing. I don't know. That's like my weird gripe about the UA Sports Festival. And don't get me wrong, I love the arc. I love the UA Sports Festival. Like I'm so excited to get into it. That line is just weird to me, and that's me nitpicking at a single line from like a slower episode. So like don't freak out.
No, so it's going to be a bad season. I understand.
Right.
We're gonna stop the show and watch Bleach instead. You've heard it here first.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the impending sports festival? Anybody you hope gets some beat up a little bit?
I'm guessing the Ice and Fire guys, whose name I can never remember, is gonna. He seems to have taken interest in the fact that Deku is being cultivated by All Might. He
good
kind
catch.
of made a special. Yeah, so I'm wondering if there's gonna be some conflict between the two of them, but maybe a Neji Naruto thing, because he seems like he's just about one of the most capable guys there. So I think he was the one that All Might was like impressed with his skill and control of his power.
Yep.
So I think that'll be interesting.
All right, cool. Good catch.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and get out of here. I am Fish.
I'm still Optimal Prime.
Thanks for watching Fat Guys React. Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Watching your mouth